Welcome to this special edition of Chris Cooks, where Chris cooks nothing. I'm not going to cook a single thing. We are making charcuterie boards. And before we get into this, I feel like I need to address up front. Like, I know that there's going to be somebody swinging in to the comments, well, actually charcuterie is a French term for force meats and pâtés. Well, I know, but the modern usage of the term can also be applied to just a platter of cured meats and cheeses and a bunch of other stuff. So we're not going to get nitpicky about the name, we're just going to make something awesome that we can share with people we care about. So what I want to do today is basically just show what I feel are some very important and great things to add to a charcuterie board that you are making for a company or even for yourself. I'm going to do a few different sizes, some small ones and big ones, and just put some things together. But I wanted to show you different types of stuff that you want to have represented in a charcuterie platter, because what makes a good one is the variety. You want sweet, you want salty, you want some fat, you want something to cut through the fat, a little bit of sharpness, something pickled, brined, stuff like that. So let's start here. This is our pickled and brined tray. So we have just some basic things. Of course, olives, always a great thing. I always have olives on my charcuterie board. There's a lot of different types that you can use. The Castelvetrano olive is really gaining in popularity. It's a green olive, but doesn't taste like a green olive. It's very, very briny, salty, delicious. And of course, Greek olives, Greek green olives, and Kalamata olives, those are a little bit more potent. Those I also very much love. One thing I will say with olives is either have all of your olives pitted or none of them pitted. You don't want somebody to grab a pitted olive and eat it, then grab another one, assuming it's pitted, bite into it, and rip their teeth apart. Along with the pickled and brined, I mean, obviously some gherkins, and I found a brand of gherkin that's not like super sweet, but it's more just salty, tastes like a regular olive. I'll link it in the post for this, but I'm hooked on them. I can't stop eating them. The next thing that I always have to have represented is some kind of crunch. And you can do this a couple different ways. Of course, there's crackers, classic baguette, which is really, really great. I always try and have some kind of gluten-free cracker if I'm doing this for a really large group especially. These flax crackers, really, really great. Nuts are an awesome option as well. And for me, every once in a while I do a bout of keto, and during those times, chicharrones, I don't have the right accent to say that. I'll just say pork rinds, that's the American version. And cured meats, can't get away from that, of course. We've got soppressata, which is a little bit more fatty, and a salami also. Pepperoni, classic. I never make one, or I would say rarely make one, without prosciutto. That's my favorite. Time out. Shoe break. So good. Fruit, also another great thing to add. Berries are awesome, and then whatever is seasonal. Grapes are usually, you can find good grapes most of the time. But like right now, peaches, plums, really, really great. Pears will be coming up, as well as pomegranates. I love a good mix of cheese, and I try and have a good ratio of meat to cheese, but having a mix of something that's creamy, something that's soft and spreadable, something a little more hard but still easy to eat, which is like this is Manchego right here. That is my favorite charcuterie hard cheese, because it's not super hard, holds together really well, but it doesn't crumble and fall apart like a Parmesan would. And then you have like if you want a blue cheese, do something like a Stilton, which is a little bit harder, won't fall apart or be creamy and sticky. Then we have specialty cheeses. This is Tête de Moine. I don't know how to say it, but it's a French cheese, very potent, and so a lot of times you'll find it in these little shaved flower shapes, which is a nice presentation, and it tastes really, really yummy. Condiments, something fruity like a fruit spread, fig spread, you can't go wrong with that. A whole grain mustard. I find that just a plain whole grain mustard is a little bit harsh, so I'm going to show you how to soften this up a bit, make it a little more appealing to the masses, and it goes with all the stuff that's on here, even the fruit. It's super delicious. And then I have another fruit spread. This is a cherry spread that I'm going to use to make a fruit chev, which is goat cheese, short for shove it in my mouth because it's so delicious. There are countless things that you could put on your charcuterie board, but these are just some of my favorites. I'm going to show you how we put them together, make them look amazing for your guests or for you.